everyone, my name is Sayé Yabandeh, and on behalf of ENGin program, I have the pleasure of interviewing one of our wonderful students, Olga. Hello, Olga. How are you today?
Hello, Saya. Thank you so much. It is my pleasure to be here today and share my experience with ENGin.
I appreciate you being here. Where are you joining us on Zoom today from?
I am in Ukraine, in my hometown, which is called Vinnytsia. Basically, I live in Kiev, in the capital, but since the war started, I relocated to my hometown because it seems a safer place, if I may say so.
I hear you. I have compassion for what you and all Ukrainians are going through. Um, Ukraine is in my heart throughout the day.
Thank you so much.
I know that you are one of our wonderful students at ENGin, so I cannot wait to hear about your experience with ENGin. Mainly, I would love to know how did, since you have joined ENGin, how your life has changed.
I appreciate this opportunity, and let me thank you and all volunteers of ENGin for this opportunity to participate in the program, to share my background, my experience, and to develop professionally. So my life has changed because I met wonderful people here, my buddy, and I may call her my friend because she is an amazing person. And this is how I improve my English skills, but also enjoy the time during these engine sessions, during these weekly sessions with her.
How wonderful. I love hearing that. And I often hear from volunteers and from students that they have found their new best friend. And that makes me so happy to hear that, as you said, the time spent together is enjoyable. Yes, you're learning English, but also you enjoy that interaction. So I'm delighted to hear that. And thank you for sharing that with us. Could you please tell us a little bit about your background, like your profession, and what are you involved with in Ukraine?
I am the program manager and I work for East Europe Foundation. This is a Ukrainian non-profit charitable organization, and it is one of the leaders in Ukraine's civil society sector. I work there on the particular project, which is called Phoenix, Resilient Ukraine in the Time of War. And we support different NGOs, civil society organizations that develop technological solutions, that work with IDPs, and also promote institutional development. But before that, I had 10 years experience in public policy and international relations. And aside of that, I'm also a mother. But still being in the war zone, it makes us all being more concentrated, being more dedicated to helping people and ensuring that we all do our part to help each other and at the same time develop professionally.
Of course, I admire your resilience as a Ukrainian woman, which I have a tremendous amount of respect for, and a mother and a professional. And I love how you say it. We all have to do our part. I am on the same boat with you, and I love that that is important to you as you are developing yourself as well as achieving your goals where the sector that you work, you also want to help others. And could you please make an example for us, like if you want to simplify it, what does your day-to-day look like as far as your work and then being a mother?
I have lots of responsibilities. Speaking about my job, I work remotely now. From time to time, I need to participate in the in-person events that take place in Kiev. So I move here and there. But most of the time I work remotely, and we have different aspects of this project. In particular, we interact with NGOs, with those NGOs that help IDPs and communities in Ukraine, and also local self-governments and all those who provide either psychological support to IDPs or some other kind of support that is required in that particular community. So everything is different from the region to the region and from the community to the community, because some of them suffered more. Some of them are closer to the front line, and require particular support.
I hear you. Yeah, it sounds like you've got your hands full. I cannot help but to notice how grounded and calm you are, despite of the circumstances and despite of all your responsibilities. So, what is the secret? Could you share with us so maybe we can learn from you?
Well, there are many things that motivate me to be calm and to do my job and to cope with everything and to cope with all challenges that are surrounding me. But I'm always motivated to learn something new, and these are the things that calm me down and make me believe that all bad things would finish, will end one day, and the life is still ongoing. So I don't need to concentrate on bad things that are obviously happening, but I need to live, to support my dearest people and to support people around.
Wonderful. Lots of hope. I hear lots of hope that you have for the future and for everyone around you. And yeah, the energy of hope is powerful. And I'm glad that you have tapped into that energy and you utilizing that to remain calm and go day by day. That is wonderful. How did you come about ENGin? How did that come to your life?
A friend of mine shared with me this information because she was already participating in this program. And I'm always highly motivated in terms of learning. And I really consider that lifelong learning is the key to personal development and the development of the society in general. And this particular program was of my interest, as I need to keep my English speaking level somehow fluent, and obviously it could be done only through regular sessions with native speakers. So my friend told me that if you want this good English and if you need it for the professional field, just go there, register, um, and I did it. But there are some other things that I considered, and there are some other aspects that I considered while applying for this program. I thought that we Ukrainians are all ambassadors of the current news about Ukraine, and I would take any possibility and any opportunity to share information about what is going on here and what is Ukraine going through now. Also, I knew that it would be some kind of cultural exchange, and it is a very important goal of this program to gain the perspective of the other country, of the other person, and how everything works there in the United States or wherever this volunteer is living. But then, when I joined the program and I got my friend, I realized that I'm lucky and that this program is about great people, that we can share our interests, be kind-hearted to each other, and I even couldn't dream about it when registering for this program.
Oh, so wonderful. You said it so beautifully, Olga. I love many things that you said. You said it's a way to be the ambassador, to be able to tell the truth without any filter or agenda about what really is happening in Ukraine. And I want to give you the opportunity to tell us. Would you please tell us?
The situation is different from day to day, and but we have missile attacks day and night here in all the regions of Ukraine. And when I told you that I relocated from Kiev to Vinnytsia because it seemed to me a safer place, but it is not true. There is no safe place here until the war is still ongoing. Air raid system is on every night. So you cannot sleep well, but then in the morning you put your best face on and go to work, go to take care of your kids, to support each other, to volunteer as much as you can, and hope that one day it all ends, the justice comes to our country, and that we continue living. But meanwhile, we need to just do our part. I believe that if we concentrate on our daily routine and supporting each other, we will survive. And bad times will pass by and good times will come.
I love hearing that, and I love hearing the hope in your voice. And you are not alone. As you can see through the ENGin program, there are people across the world that compassionate and care and wanting to help in any capacity that they can. And that right there is a good sign of hope. Thank you for sharing. You also said something so beautiful. Oh, it just, you spoke so beautifully about learning another perspective. This is one of the most valuable thing in life, in my opinion, as well, is that it's when something is happening challenging, or if there is a subject that being discussed, it's not about making one's wrong and making one's right and get it over with. It's about gaining the new perspective on that, and that is so valuable. And I want to learn if between you and your buddy who you love so much, what new perspective have you gained from your buddy, and what perspective do you think she or he has gained through you?
I hope that she will watch this video, but I told her everything already because I think I consider her a fantastic person, and we have many common interests, and I'm glad that this is such a match in this program. Because I am always looking forward to these Thursday sessions that we have, and I know that this is an all-inclusive 1-hour journey. So I have English with her, I have coaching, tutoring, support, and we can discuss a wide variety of topics. And believe me, we discuss them all, from the current developments in the world. We discuss combating gender-based and domestic violence, and also young entrepreneurship, leadership, everything that is that matters for us both. And each session is very interesting. We are bringing our different backgrounds to these discussions, but I always appreciate to hear her opinion, because she makes me reflect a lot on what I considered right, but she gave a different perspective of all these opinion, of my opinion. So I appreciate it a lot.
You seem very receptive and appreciate.
That's true.
That you're very open. That's beautiful to witness. Thank you for your share. What do you think your buddy has learned through you? Because I'm sure it's a two-way street. It's not just one way. So what do you think she has learned besides that? I'm sure she enjoys spending time with you.
I think that maybe she also reflected on her life, and maybe the problems that she considered like real problems don't matter that much when she notices how we live here, what we do, under which circumstances we survive and still manage to do what we can. So when we meet and she's asking me about the situation, the security situation in my hometown, or if I move somewhere across the country, and I'm telling her that the night was awful. We couldn't sleep. And I think that she realizes that some problems just do not exist. We create these problems in our head and consider them very meaningful. But these are not problems. These are just minor challenges of the day that we can go through and continue living and continue working and continue enjoying our time.
Oh, beautifully said. Yes, the big problems, it becomes just a little inconvenient when you have perspective of, for example, the circumstances of others. So that is wonderful. Do you think maybe in the near future you guys may unite and see each other in person? Have you guys talked about it?
We talked about it, and it came suddenly in the discussion of the professional field. because I'm interested in peace building and peacekeeping, and it turned so that she is also interested in this topic. It was a part of her studies, and when we realized that we are both into this topic, we started sharing some professional initiatives where we could participate in educational programs, for example, in Europe or somewhere else, and sharing some reading materials. And then we decided that maybe it happens so that we can participate in the same program soon and meet, or if it doesn't happen, then she travels to Europe, and I would be happy to have this conversation in person and to meet one day.
That is wonderful. How this learning English and being part of this program impacted your family life? Like, for example, your relationship with your child. I'm very interested to know about that.
My child is only 4 years old, but in the kindergarten, she already learns English a little bit. And when it happens so that she can hear I'm speaking English, so she's always motivated to know what I said. So she's telling that, oh, I want to understand as well. What did you say? So I'm trying to translate a lot. And on her level, I know that she knows already some songs and some expressions she wants to show me. She wants to show me that she knows it. And actually, I need to tell you about my spouse who also joined this program, because I was telling him that this is a unique opportunity. And I truly believe that this is not just about English. This is a big motivational program with a cultural exchange. So so I was pushing hard for him to explain how interesting it is, how important it is in terms of English and not only. So we are all in it.
That is wonderful. I'm so glad that you encouraged him to join, and I'm glad that we had enough volunteers, for everyone to get responded to. That is one of our goals, to have as many volunteers so everyone's needs get answered. And now that you talk about your daughter, I'm just thinking it would be wonderful to also have a program for children. That would be just so wonderful. And you know what, I cannot help but to recognize the feminine energy around the world that are so strong, so holding the fort down in a way. In Ukraine, in a country that I was born in Iran, they are the women that are standing up and you know saying no more, and moving everything forward and being supported by men. So I just enjoy seeing that. I enjoy meeting someone like you, that has spark of inspiration and moving forward and encouraging others. And you brought your spouse to join ENGin, and your daughter, which is our future. So I love hearing that. Thank you so much for so openly and so vulnerably sharing with us today. I can chat with you for another 2 hours, but I know time is limited. So I just want to know, is there anything else you would like to share with us before we log off?
I would just say thank you. And I would say that my highest recommendation goes to all Ukrainian young women who still consider the chance to register for this program, and I really encourage them to take this opportunity. As I mentioned before, it's not just about English, it's about friendship, support, and realizing that somewhere on earth there is a person who volunteers for you, who spends his or her time to this session. And this idea makes me absolutely happy and makes me believe that there is more kindness in this world.
You said it so beautifully. I just want to end it on such lovely note. Thank you so much, Olga. And I hope to come and visit you in free Ukraine soon.
Thank you, Saye. Thank you.